Husker Knight asked a question, and I'm going to put it up there for you again. But is there anybody specifically, as far as on the team right now on special teams, that we should keep an eye on? Maybe that nobody's thinking of, right off, whether it's kick or punt returners, anything like that. Somebody that, because everyone's, maybe saying like this person's going to be a returner, this person's going to, be kicking punts, or, what is it? Who should we keep an eye on that maybe the underdog?
I mean, considering that like last year, we had by the time that like we hit the fourth or fifth game, we were just trying to call a fair catch for everything and make sure that like we had somebody back there that could secure the ball after the little mishaps we had here and there at the beginning. But then after moving on, we go ahead and we see we have a room full of really talented receivers and running backs, and even some of our defensive guys like Tommy Hill, Trey Palmer, Oliver Martin. We've got other guys like Zach Weinmaster who can do really well. There's just too long of a list to credit them all, but we have a very good mix of dynamic kick returners this year, and so it's a complete toss up. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to know more than one of the receivers would, but we've worked with all of them, and they work with the kickers pretty closely because obviously they need us to practice.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah.
Okay. So that's actually pretty interesting to me because you said something that like last year, like after kind of some of the gaffes and whatnot, that you guys were just instructed, like catch it, get our offense on the field, right? And that's really interesting to me, as kind of like the best way to keep from making a mistake is just kind of get the ball, get off the field kind of strategy. And so you don't think we're going to see as much of that this year, probably a lot more returns?
Yeah, and then the other thing about last year is that the Big Ten is just like, I mean, last year, obviously, we didn't fit quite into this same standard or category, but the Big Ten has insane special teams guys for kicking and punting. And if you think about the guy who won, Lou Groza, the kicker for Michigan, the punter for Illinois was insane. The punter for Michigan State was nuts. The Big Ten is like the special teams conference, in my opinion. I don't know. We had some of the best punters in the nation just in our conference. So even if we wanted to return it, we really didn't have much opportunity to do so. I mean, they said, like, if you think you can get upfield, catch it and get upfield. But, like, we'd rather have the ball than have you try to make a play and be the hero,
Yeah. I mean, yeah. And I would say that, and tell me I'm crazy, but, it's better. Like I said, no mistakes is probably a really good philosophy to have on special teams, right? Like, I think that's a solid thing to think.